Talk Show. This is my buddy, Willie Fair. And this is his daughter's home going. All right, we at the house. We get some interviews. Jazzy Red, we love you. Peace out. Jazzy Red Talk Show, and I'm your host, Jazzy Red. We're here with the Fair family. Y'all know I work with Willie Fair in the shipyard. And what's your name, young man?
I'm Vincent Fair, the third in charge.
The third in charge?
Yes, I am.
What's your sister's name?
My sister's Angela Fair, Coker.
Okay.
And she also was a hard worker.
Hard worker. Where she work? Where she work?
School bus system, Mobile County Public School System for 30 years.
Wow.
Dedicated to it. Wow. Did it day for day. She retired.
Wow.
Yeah,
30 years.
30 years. Yes.
She love. I bet them kids love her, man.
They love her. They be looking forward to seeing her every day.
I love seeing that bus.
Oh,
you
yes.
know. I love your daddy. We worked at the shipyard together, and you the DJ. You the DJ at the party.
Yeah, I throw my head in. I'm a records done.
Yeah, okay. You throw the head in, huh?
Oh yeah.
Boy, you look good, young man.
Well, thank you.
And you help take care of your mama and your dad, and I like that. You're gonna look out for them. You're gonna look out for them. I like that.
That's right. Yeah.
And you have my deepest condolence, my sympathy from Jazzy Red and her TV viewers. Okay.
All right.
Anytime y'all need me, give me a call. Y'all know I'm coming.
All right. Thank you.
All right, Jazzy Red, we love you. Peace out. Jazzy Red Talk Show, and I'm your host, Jazzy Red. This is my buddy, my shipyard buddy. I rode on his van, Mr. Willie Fair. Willie, how you doing today?
Trying to.
You trying, you know, and I love you and your family. And anytime you call me, I'm gonna call you back. I'm gonna come by. What's your wife's name?
Shirley.
Shirley is so pretty. I see why you trying to get out of that van. Get out of here. You make sure we get home because you was trying to get home. How many kids you got with family? You know,
We had 4 kids.
You had 4 kids.
We lost one.
Lost your baby. Lost your daughter. You know something, but it's okay. It's okay. God gonna make it every day. My buddy, she lost 2 sons. She said, Red, it just every day it ease up. She said it'll take a while and it'll take a minute, but it'll ease up every day. Well, how long you was at the shipyard, English shipyard?
I was there 19 years this last time. Three other times I was there.
That's what we'll do, because I've been there about 3 times. I told him, I said, what time it is? I said, okay, I'm going to quit by 9 o'clock. I'm going to go and finish this for you. But we had to learn to get some stability as we got a little older, and we stayed there. You was in the shop. I appreciate you, Willie. You always was a good person. Or what that old brother yours that want to tell that woman, look, y'all, TV viewers, I got to make y'all laugh. We in the club one night years ago, and they say, it's a producer in here, he take pictures. And the girl was in the bathroom telling, they were talking about your brother. Your brother work at the shipyard with me, talking about he worked for Ebony and Jet magazine. Man, that one man went on, he gonna take them pictures though. Hope y'all got a little laugh off of that there. I love him too. That was John. What his name? Ike. Yeah, Isaac. Man, Ike something else.
Yeah.
All right, but we gonna let this family go ahead and rest and get their rest and be able to be together. And some of the old school friends gonna come by here because the repast at the church, right?
Right.
Yeah, repast at the church. But some of the old school like me, we gonna sit and chew the fat a little bit.
All right.
All right, Jazzy Red to my friend Willie and Shirley Fair. I love y'all so much. I told y'all were coming and I showed up. Jazzy Red, we love you. With my buddy. Peace out. Jazzy Red Talk Show, and we got the new generation of Willie Fair here. Willie is her uncle. And look how she dressed. Baby, she looking like she got on her black and white, baby. Girl, that baby knows she's beautiful. She is a beautiful daughter. What's her name?
Melody.
Huh?
Melody.
Melody. Wow. Melody said, go and get my little napkin now because I'm finna get the milk.
You know, Grandpa.
Oh, that's Grandpa. We got to show Grandpa. Jazzy Red, peace out. Jazzy Red Talk Show. This is Willie Jr. This is the firstborn. And that's his grandbaby. That little fat. She know, ooh, she want to get over there to him. She know him. You know them babies know y'all. Look at that. She trying to get, oh, look how she looking. She want Pawpaw. She want Pawpaw. Jazzy Red in here with a great family. Now let's say to Mama. Come on, Mama, look up. Let's show Mama. Hey, look at that. Ain't she pretty? What's your name?
Jasmine Fair.
Oh, Jasmine Fair. All of them is fair. Baby, it was so many fair. If you hit one, you better run. It was so many coming out that house, it was ridiculous. Jazzy Red, we love you with the Fair family. And we're going to end this right here on the baby. On the baby that's trying to get the grand. Look at that, trying. She said, you got your hand, pick me up. Jazzy Red, we love you. Peace out. Now, Jazzy Red Talk Show, and I'm your host, Jazzy Red. We're here with a good friend of mine, and she gonna tell you her name. And we had to get the queen, baby. We had to come on in. Here you go. Get the microphone, girl. With all them with all them.
Hey, how are you? My name is Shirley Fair. I'm here. We lost our daughter, and we had to go to a funeral today. But you all say a prayer for us, because we really need. She was our only daughter out of 4 children. We lost her. She was the queen of the family, but we loved her, and we know God is looking on her right now. And you all pray much for her, and pray for Red too, for giving us this space to talk about our daughter. In Jesus' name.
All right. That's my friend now. That's my good friend. And we're going to go and let her and her son. It's people coming in, girl. They coming in. So they got company coming in. So we're going to get on up out of here. Shirley, you know I love you like a sister, I love you to death. You know that. But it's going to be all right now. All right. Jazzy Red, we love you. Peace out. Jazzy Red Talk Show. I snuck back here because I want her to show this beautiful ring. How long y'all been married?
57 years.
Miss Fair and Willie Fair and Shirley been married. There it is. My camera couldn't hardly get it. Now we got it. Ain't that beautiful, girl? They been married 57 years. Girl, that girl looking like Liberace up in here. Jazzy Red, we love you. Peace out.
Baby. Yes.
Jazzy Red Talk Show, and I'm your host, Jazzy Red. We've got some more kinfolk up in here. We done had the queen now. We done had your mama on. What's your name, young man?
I'm Joe.
Joe. And who you got next to you?
This is my wife, Benita.
Okay, Benita. How you doing today, Benita?
Good.
Benita is so pretty. That's a nice family.
Yes.
Y'all just gonna make me go find one of my ex-husbands and whoop them, y'all. Y'all look so good together. God, dog. Look, I want you to tell me something about your sister. Tell me about your sister.
She was one of a kind. She was loving. She was a hard-working lady. And she just was a special person to all of us.
Wow.
And she meant a whole lot. She meant a whole lot in my heart.
Wow.
I really enjoyed the times I spent with her. You know, ups and downs, all of them. I love every part of it.
Every part of it.
Yes, I do.
Boy, this is a loving family. That when a family, I'm trying to show you all something, ladies and gentlemen. When a family come up with a mama and a dad, it is a difference. It's a difference. I can remember your father working in the shipyard and driving the van, making sure we get to work. And now I see why he was trying to get us off of that van where he can come home. He had a family.
Yes.
Oh wow, y'all got my deepest sympathy. Okay.
Thank you so
But every day it's gonna ease up.
That's
It's
right.
gonna ease up every day. She got some kids.
No kids.
No kids. She didn't have any children. Okay.
children.
Girl, she living the life, ain't and working. And that school bus. When I seen the school bus was there, all her work, but that was just that meant so much for me to see that. Them bus drivers showed up and showed out.
And that showed the kind of person she was. For
Wow.
them to go through the extent to get her bus there.
Yes.
And her boss lady being there, that showed the extent of how great of a person she was for
Wow.
30 years on that school bus.
30
with the
years.
special kids.
That's special
She never
kids.
gave up.
37.
Never.
Oh,
Yeah.
Special kids.
Yes.
Wow. You see, every time you interview somebody, you always get something different, and it's something going to come out about that person that's a good person.
Yes.
So we have to keep that legacy. Y'all
That's
keep
right.
that legacy.
That's right.
Jazzy Red, we love you.
Thank you.
Peace out.
All right, peace.
Jazzy Red Talk Show, and I'm your host, Jazzy Red. What's little mama name?
Araya.
Araya? Wow. Man, this man here, I'm going to have to put him on because all he do is talk in the background. All right, what's her name?
Araya.
Araya? Okay, let's see what Laraya got on. Look at him. But she got on bell bottoms.
She does.
Oh, look at here. She got on bell bottoms and silver shoes. They dressed alike. One got a dress on and she just went, hey, she just waving. And what's your name?
Laveda.
How are you related to the fair?
Married to Vincent.
Oh, wow. Look, when I say married, she talking. See that? Oh, she talking. That's uncle. Oh, they got a big family, y'all. Big family. Look at her. Oh, she love her uncle. He behind the camera. She looking at him. Jazzy Red. And what's her name again?
Araya.
Araya. Jazzy Red, we love you. Peace out. Jazzy Red Talk Show. What's your name, sister?
Regina Slater.
Regina Slater?
Yeah.
Okay, now tell them how we know each other.
Your daughter and my nephew has a child together, and this is my aunt Shirley.
And that's your aunt. Yes. See that? Mobile is very small. We all know each other. Thank you so much, sister. Tell Spoo I said stay out of trouble. Peace out. Jazzy Red Talk Show. We up here at Payless Auto Glass Incorporated. 251-456-0791, and it's 2406 St. Stephen Road. We finna show you what we're working with. All right, want to show you what their van look like. All right, we'll be back in a minute. Jazzy Red Talk Show, and I'm your host, Jazzy Red. I want this young man to explain to you what was done to this car here.
Yeah, when it came in, the windshield was all cracked up, so he said he wanted to put a nice factory windshield back in it, so that's what we did. We put my Audi brand windshield. It got with the lane departure on it, with the rain sensor replaced.
Wow.
Everything's done just OEM standards, just like the factory do it.
Just like the factory.
Just like the factory.
All right, I'm gonna show y'all.
Like it ain't never been out.
It sure don't. Look at the crease, y'all. When y'all got your window shield get cracked, y'all got to come up here if you need a window shield. Now I'm telling you, it's looking good in the seams and everything. The sun is up, but y'all can see it. It's looking good in the seams, and they did this. They did.
Yeah.
And it didn't. And how long did it take? Did we have to take 2 days?
No, it took about 3 hours to do the whole job.
3 hours to put it in there.
About 3 hours to do the whole job, about an hour set time.
About an hour? Okay.
Yep.
Now you say you were camera shy and walked over there in it. Y'all see that on? I done showed him anyway. You know, I appreciate you, young man.
We appreciate you.
Because you told me, you said, I'll have it ready after 12, you know. And you called me.
You know where to come.
And you called me. Now give me a phone number.
251-456-0790. Payless Auto Glass.
You gonna tell me the address?
2406 St. Stephen Road.
All right.
Mobile, Alabama.
My son always trying to show his old car off. I guess we'll show it. We'll go and show it. We'll go and show it.
Yeah.
All right. This my baby car. He had the windshield was messed up, y'all. Yeah, the windshield was messed up, and they did us a great job on this car. They did us a great job. I want to appreciate you. I thank you so much, man.
We appreciate you.
And you know, I've been knowing your mom. Y'all was on 4-wheelers, and y'all little boy, when I filmed y'all had a little 4-wheeler or 3-wheeler or something up here.
Now my son riding.
Oh, he riding. All right, Jazzy Red at Payless
Auto Glass.
Auto Glass Incorporated. Come up here and get your car did. Jazzy Red, we love.
Good evening, everybody. First, giving honor to God, my Lord and Savior Jesus Christ, I just want to give him all the thanks for allowing me to be here today. There's nothing that we can do will be more powerful than having God in the room with us. And right now, I know God is in the room. Are we fired up? Are we fired up? We ought to have a reason to be fired up today as we commemorate what has taken place in Tennessee, some 19, what year was that? 68. What year was that? 1968. On the 4th, around 6 o'clock, when Dr. King was assassinated. Yeah. And his assassination should be something that we should symbolize in the sense that it gives you pride and understanding that there was a man who really cared about people and wants you to care about each other. That's what Dr. King would have wanted for us, and that's what we ought to be doing in our community today. All right. I know that we're dealing with DEI and woke and all of that business. I don't care anything about any of that. That's right. But what I do care about is us as people in our community taking care of each other. Yeah. Right? We ought to be reaching down and handing each other with a hand up rather than a hand out. That's right. That's who we are. That's what is expected of us as a people in our community. So I'm not more excited about being here today and being a part of this activity, this event for today. So give yourself a round of applause for being here. Give the others who wanted to be here that's not here, give them a round of applause too, because I know this is where they want to be. You know, oftentimes we can't always be where we want to be all the time. But those who are here, let's recognize that we are here and we're here with a purpose. And we're moving with a purpose. Yeah. Let me just share real quickly too. I want to just share about moral compass. Anybody know what moral compass is? Any of you? Moral compass, let me just say real quick. It's the ability to know what's right and know what's wrong and then act accordingly. Yeah. And so that's what we got to do. We know what's right. That's right. We know what's wrong. And we got a lot of things wrong, but we need to get it right. Yeah. We need to understand how to protect our people in our community. That's right. And I'm not talking about, I've heard the conversation about election season and all of that stuff and who's here and who's not. I don't care about that. What I do care about, those who are here, what we can do to change the direction and the compass that we're walking in right now. That's right. We got to let our young folks know that we truly, truly care about them. Yeah. Right? Not with words, but with action. It's what we do, not with what we say. Yeah. Because we hear enough of that. We get enough of the conversation piece, right? Yeah. My young folks, you hear that a lot, right? But we got to do something. That's right. I heard that earlier today. We got to do something. Yeah. Well, let's do something. Let's not just make some noise. Let's do something. Yeah. Right? So I want to share with you, thank you for allowing me to be here. I want to talk about this man to begin with, Mr. Foster, who is a pillar in our community. That's right. Yeah. We just honored him several months ago, matter of fact, and he received the key to the city that they did not mention, but you did. And we were proud to give you that key, to open up all the doors in the city that you can walk in freely as you will. And then besides that, he had his beautiful queen with him. Yeah. Right? Of many, many years. Let me tell you, see, this is what we need for our young folks so they can see it. Right. They can be witness to that we can be together and stay together as husband and wife and as family. Yeah. Right? And we can reach down and lift our kids up and direct them the way we will have them to go. Yeah. Right? Because we don't want them straying away from that, right? And so you are a fine example of that. I watched this man walk the streets of Pritchard, and sometimes I'm in my truck and I said, Lord have mercy. You know, because I'm concerned about anybody that's just moving around, especially on the highway and that kind of stuff, but he goes unbroken. Yeah. He goes unbroken. I mean, he walks from one end of the road to the next end of the road, and I'm looking and I'm thinking, oh, he's through now. I come back, he's still there picking up paper. And it looked like somebody just drove by and put some more down so he could pick it up. Right? So, Mr. Foster, I really do thank you, and I thank your queen as well for what you do, for what she allowed you to be able to do, because with every good man, there is a good what? Woman. With every good man, there's a good what? Woman. You better believe it. We cannot do anything without a good partner. Right. And as obviously, he got a great partner. And then the other part I want to say, as we get ready to make these presentations, our young folks, we're talking about the future leaders of our community, right? I was in Ghana just a week ago, and I heard one of the presenters say that if you're standing on the shoulder of a giant and you can't see any further, you need to get down. That's right. You need to get down. And so I'm saying that so that for our young folks, when you get up on the shoulder, look further, do better, do more. Advance yourself to that point, like most of us have already shared today. This is your world. It is your time. And I could not be more prouder in seeing my young folks advance to the level that they're advancing to, whether it's education. And look, everybody's not going to be academics. You're not. No. You can pick up a trade. You can do many other things other than just that. Things that you love, but whatever it is. And most of the folks who have been career folks and jobs, they know. If you're going to work every day and you ain't enjoying your work that you're going to every day, you need to find another place. That's right. Because you're in the wrong place and you're not going to last long. So with that being said, Corey, if you don't mind, let's start with Mr. John Foster. And all the plaques read the same. So what we're going to do is we're going to call the names out and present the plaques to each one of you. And I have something special for you as well. People united to advance the dream. In observance of the 57th year of Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. assassination, we present this award to Mr. John D. Foster. Don't just talk about it, do something about it.
Yeah.
In recognition of your contribution and positive impact in our community and organization, people united to advance the dream. Mobile Inc., April 4th, 2025. Come on up, Doc.
All right. Let's go.
Thank you.
Bravo. Yeah. All right.
Shakar Spencer. Come on up, dear. Oh, yeah. See, this is one of our young, beautiful princes here. That's right. And she deserves every bit of this and then some. I'm so proud of you. Yes. I'm so proud that you're from the great city of Pritchard as well, the city of champions. And you are a champion. Let me say that to you. May God bless you. Take that. And I also have something special for her. And I didn't read that because they all read the same, right? Okay. I just want to be clear on that. And this is for you as well. All right? Enjoy every bit of it, okay?
Hold on 1 minute. Just 1 second. It would be remiss of me not to let you know that she has an instructor that has instructed her in the right way to go.
That's right.
And that instructor name is...
God.
Right answer? Okay, now I want to know the teacher instructor that's with you in that class.
Miss Mary?
Miss Mary Taylor is her instructor, and we want to make sure that we don't forget that good instructors produce good crowds.
That's right. That's right.
Amen. Congratulations. All right. Look at you, got another one of the envelopes, huh?
Yeah, I got one for him. The next recipient will be Ramona Martin. Would you please come on up, please? Thank you so much. Another one of our beautiful princes. And again, thank you. Thank you for being a part of the great city of Pritchard, the city of champions. Keep doing what you're doing. We are so proud of you. So thank you so much. Any way you want.
Thank you.
Now, also, she has an instructor. And we don't want to leave her instructor out.
That's right.
So your instructor name is?
God.
I tell you what, who that said that our young people didn't know anything? You know, next time you hear somebody on TV talking about the young folk, you need to turn them off. After God,
Miss Mary.
Miss Mary. Congratulations.
All right, give them a round of applause one more time. Out of all the things that we could do today, I cannot be more prouder than to have my young folks to come up and be presented these awards that they're receiving. But most impactful is the thing they've done to be here, to get to this point.
All right.
And so we recognize that. And I want to thank all of you, and I want to thank all of you in the audience too for allowing me the opportunity to be here and be a part of this occasion. What a wonderful thing today that we're taking place here in the great Figures Park. I remember as Goggins Park, but Figures Park, right? Yeah, I almost said Goggins Park. That's why I had to turn around and look to see whether or not I would see the sign. Yeah. So God bless you all.
And you too.
All right, if you're looking for some keys, some missing keys, we have it here. It was left in the men's restroom. Now I have the great pleasure to introducing this amazing team. I had an opportunity to meet them. First of all, we got any Tomaville people in the house. Y'all make some noise, my Tomaville people. I'm telling you, that's where legends are born. I just want y'all to let y'all know. You know, that's where legends are born, you know. We have, you know, Michael Figures Park right here. We got John L. LaFleur. We just moved Hank Aaron house right here. We're going to have a museum. Just put some money in there. Just kind of, you know. I love Tomaville, District 1. All right. But this amazing couple, they're doing so much in our community, and they're doing it together. I had an opportunity they reached out and they're feeding the community. They doing Stop the Violence events. The St. Stephen's Road Love Ministries. Can we give St. Stephen's Love Road Ministries? But I saw Miss Marshall and I want to give her a hug. And so, you know, we just give her a hug. But her husband ran up on me, Mr. Elmo. He ran up on me like, hold up, man, what you doing hugging on my woman? They are amazing. They are a blessing to our community, and I'm so grateful to have them in my district. Can we make some noise and give a big hand to Elmore and Marshall Kill, St. Stephen Love Ministries? Can they come forward? Now, you know, since, you know, I'm just saying, we in District 1, right? We in Tomaville. I can pull a little card sometimes, Mayor Gardner. So I'm gonna give them an opportunity to speak. Is that okay with y'all? That's okay, Pastor? Okay, let's make some noise again for them.
Elmo Kill Jr.
and Marsha Kill. You know, I just thank God for what he put before me, my husband. Whatever he put his hands to do, like he going, whatever he sees something to do, he's gonna do it. And I just follow in his footsteps.
Yeah, I want to thank the Lord for being here today too. You know, I was sitting around listening to everybody and thinking about this day need to be marked for something for the world to see. Martin Luther King had a dream. He started something and he did that. We can make this day official by trying to help stop the violence. I was telling Dave we need to get like a bucket or something. Starting today, find a gun, put it in the bucket, and be heroes today. Yeah. From this day forward, we're going to get these guns off the street. Got to. We'll never forget this day. So I'm not good at this, but that was on my mind, that was in my heart, and I had to see it.
Thank y'all. Now, we're going to take a picture. Is it okay if I put my arm? I just don't want to get... It's okay? Okay, I'm going to take it right there. Before I leave, can we make some noise for Miss Felicia, the living legend in the building? I mean, we have a living legend. We got a lot of legends out here, but I just want to thank you so much for everything that you have done in the entertainment community and this world.
Mic check, thank you, thank you. All right, congratulations to everybody. Congratulations. Round of applause once again. Bringing up our keynote speaker for this afternoon, such a beautiful young lady. I had an opportunity to meet her in the Cumulus offices. She stopped by to visit us. Her name is Ashley Williams-Holt, the MD, Center for Healthy Communications, Assistant Professor of Surgery at USA University Hospitals. Give her a round of applause. Bless you. Good to see you. Thank you. Good to see you as well.
Well, good afternoon, everyone. It is truly an honor, and I'm very appreciative to be here this afternoon to commemorate and to honor the life and remember the assassination of Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. I'm also very honored to be here with each of you talking about a topic that's really close to me, close to my heart, and obviously close to many of you. So thank you for each and every one of you being here. As she mentioned, I am a trauma surgeon at USA Health, and I have the honor, the privilege, the responsibility, but sometimes the burden of talking to parents and telling them, you know, we did all that we can do, but we weren't able to save your child. And that is the most difficult part of my job. It always has been, and it always will be. You don't get used to that, particularly when you know that there was so much life left to live, and when you know almost 100% of the time when we talk about gun violence, it was preventable. So it's not enough to be at the hospital, to be ready to take care of patients, to have gone through the training, and to be able to do our best to save lives. But we got to get outside of the hospital. We got to figure out, as trauma surgeons, ways that we can be a part of the solution. In the public health space, we think about violence as a disease. Just like hypertension and diabetes, there are risk factors. There are things that put some more at risk for experiencing gun violence, either as a victim, as a perpetrator, or both. And if there are identifiable risk factors, then there is an opportunity for us to intervene. That means that there is, in fact, a cure. And like many other of our chronic diseases, like hypertension and diabetes, violence can be very chronic, repetitive. I wrote a commentary actually just 2 weeks ago, and it just got published, about how our young black men are the highest risk for experiencing gun violence, again, both as a victim and a perpetrator. And this commentary, I was writing about an article that had been done that was pretty much stating that our young black males don't participate, even though they're the highest risk group, they don't participate in mental health services that might be available. And I was asked to comment on my thoughts on that, what is in the literature, what have we learned from the experience of working with patients, of working with people in the community who have been directly impacted by gun violence. And what is so noticeable, and actually was the title of the paper, was how do I focus on mental health in a war zone? And many of our youth, particularly our young black males, females too, are oftentimes in a war zone, right? And when we think about soldiers in battle, when you are met with a threat, you immediately have this fight or flight response, right? You're either gonna fight or you're gonna run. And once you come to a place of safety, you are able to down-regulate that fight or fight response. But what if you never come to a place of safety? And so I think that is one of the biggest things that we can do as a community, as we hold our leadership accountable, as we look for tangible things that we can do. Safety has to be at the forefront. Our kids have to feel safe so that they don't just think about survival, but they can think about thriving. They can be inspired. They can walk in the footsteps of the young ladies that we just honored, of Mr. Foster that we just honored. And so I like to tell this story, and some of you may have heard it, but I utilize this picture a lot in my talks, and it is a police officer who's sitting next to a child about 6 or 7 years old. And the police officer asked this child, "What do you want to be when you grow up?" And his answer was, "Alive." And maybe 2 or 3 years ago, I got the opportunity to speak to about 75 kids, all affiliated with Strickland Youth Center. And we were out at I think it was the police training site. But the whole point of the day was to uplift the voices of our youth who are directly impacted. They have lived experiences. They have their perspective. So how do we bring them to the table and learn from them, listen to them? And so, of course, I get up and I'm speaking to the group, and I ask that age-old question of, what do you guys want to do? Same question that police officer asked. And 75 kids were seated in that room. Only one had the courage to raise his hand. And so I called on that young man, and 75 kids in the room, one had the courage to raise his hand, and his answer was, I want to make it to my 16th birthday. And so we have a true responsibility to have a safe space for our kids to be kids. We have the responsibility to allow them to be the kids that they need to be. Many of our children have been through experiences that no child should go through. So how do we, right here, right now, think about safety? How do we achieve that in our communities? When you ask youth, how easy is it to get a gun? Very easy. Why do you feel like you need to carry a gun? For safety, for self-protection. Do you think that everybody feels that way or feels the need to carry a gun? No, I don't think so. A lot of them will tell you they know it's environmental. And just like every other disease process, diabetes, hypertension, only 20% of your health outcomes is based on your doctor's visits, going to the hospital, the direct medical care. 80% is based on our environment. That's our educational system. That's our ability to be economically stable. That's our social connectivity in the community. That's that feeling of safety. And so there are some tangible things that we can actually do. And so I stand before you today with the experience of a trauma surgeon, but I stand here as a mother and as a community member. We talk a lot about, that you can assassinate a man, but you can't a dream. And that hit me so hard. I appreciate you for saying that. And when I really thought about what you were saying, yes, we need to not only dream, but dream big. And not only dream, but we have to have a bias for action. We have to do something, and we've heard that a lot today. I think the themes of today are unity, having that bias for action, and doing something. So how do we organize? How do we strategize? And how do we actually see what we want to come to pass come to pass? So I'll just ask this question. How many of us here have either directly been impacted by gun violence, or we know someone close to us that's been impacted by gun violence? That's almost everyone out here. So we all have been impacted by this problem. That means we all play a role in the solution. So since we're talking a lot about action and doing something, I'm going to pose another question. What do we think are the top 3 things that we can do to help solve this problem? Anybody can answer.
Our kids need to value themselves. They need to see value in themselves and in other melanated people who look like them.
Yeah. For those who couldn't hear, he said our kids need to see the value in themselves and the value of people who look like them. And I have to 100% agree with you that, again, a lot of us have our experiences, right? We have that, we talk about, the chronic and the repetitive nature of trauma, but we've all been through things that we've had to overcome. The things that we have gone through certainly influence how we cope, how we see life, what our perspective is. And I'd have to 100% agree with that we have some work to do when it comes to recreating what's normal, because a lot of these experiences aren't normal. We shouldn't go through them. And so when our children do, who are the supports around them to be able to support, to be able to add that value, to be able to show that our identity is important, that we are important, that we play a role in the community at large, but especially in our community. So I'd have to 100% agree. Anybody else?
I think our kids need to understand conflict resolution. What do you do when you're angered by someone? How do you make the decision to resolve those issues? I think that's critical.
He said our kids need to understand conflict resolution. We heard about that a little bit at the beginning, how oftentimes the end of life started with a small conflict that we could have intervened on. I'm going to take that a step further and ask, where do we think the lack of conflict resolution originates from?
The parents.
Parents.
Be a good example of what we teach.
Mm-hmm.
And I think a lot of times parents aren't the example that they should be. But they talk and tell us, but they're that example.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. Her comment was the parents, and that we have to be the example and set the example. And that, I see a bunch of different hands raised. Go ahead.
Well, I agree, not disagree, but I believe it's more so on the community. Because inside of your household, you could be putting in all the efforts and all the work. I'm a perfect example, and I ain't gonna go deep into detail. But the perfect home could be set, but that kid get out into his community and he go into survival mode. He got to try to adapt to what's going on in his community. So I think it's a lack of that inside of the community once you get outside of home. All right?
Yes, sir.
First of all, the parents should know the environment in which they're in. When a child going to leave a good environment going into a bad environment, to know that area, know where that child going to go and when to come back. That's very important. Okay.
Yes, sir.
Another thing, the child should be able to ask questions. A lot of times a child sits there and don't say nothing. Just listen. But the child has to interact with the adult, ask questions, find out what is and what's not. That's very important.
Absolutely. You talked a lot about open lines of communication. The child should feel comfortable asking questions and know that who they're asking those questions to are going to respond in an appropriate way, in a loving way, in a caring way, in an honest way. Yes, ma'am.
Yes, good evening, everybody.